Hi, today what we're going to do is we're going to complete a 9 card spread, which is a box spread using Lenormand cards, and also to answer some gossip questions. So stay tuned. So today what we're going to do is we're going to use some gossip because I think it is a lot of fun whenever you look at the People magazine and you look at what's going on in the news and try to figure out what we can do to help that person. Now, what I do want you to remember is this is just for fun. It's for entertainment purposes and also to teach you how to do a 9 card box spread using Lenormand cards. So I thought it would be a lot of fun because this guy has been in the news quite a bit. And, it is so sad now. He's decided to retire and not play football anymore. And there are a lot of things going on in his life. So, what I thought would be fun to do is we're all going to pretend that Tom came to see us. Okay. And wants the answers. What should I do next? Can you just give me a general read? I don't know what's going to happen in my life. So, we're going to help this guy out. Now, remember, this is just being a lot of fun, and this kind of adds a lot of energy into the reading. So, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to be able to do the 9 card spread, I'm going to activate the cards. Now, remember, when you activate the cards, you're actually using energy. And I'm going to be using energy in my hands to kind of get it started. And so that I set the intention that I want to help Tom, okay, out with his life and then maybe in the next three months to give him some advice. Maybe we'll have some great advice for him. Okay. And again, this is a lot of fun to kind of activate these cards and really think about the energy that Tom has. Now, I don't have a football player, okay, picture. So we will absolutely activate the male card, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set my intention and go ahead and shuffle the cards or spread the cards like what I'm doing right now. And that really, this kind of, oh, shuffle, oh my gosh, I see the fish. Um, so this kind of gets the energy going. All right. And sometimes if a card like that comes up, you can always use that card if you feel like. But in this demonstration, I really feel like I need to go ahead and put all the cards together. And if the fish card is meant to be in there, it will be in there. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of spread the cards out so that I can choose 9 cards. And I'm going to put them down. And then I'm going to kind of walk you through a box card reading. And sometimes it's easier not to have all the cards facing up so that you can kind of concentrate um, on what you're doing. And since I am demonstrating this, I'm going to do that. Okay, so the middle card is the focus card. And a lot of times, now he may not come up and it's okay. So we'll kind of, oh, look at that though. It's very interesting because when you look at the rider is meaning that there is changes, okay? It's movement. So there are definitely changes that are happening in his life. And that is the number one thing that we're looking at. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the main card because all these cards around it are going to tell us some things. But the first thing is I'm going to look at what happened in Tom's past. What has he been working on first? So on the left of this is of course is the past, okay? So we're going to read the 3 cards down and see what this has to say. Okay, so whenever we look at the anchor card here, and whenever it is with the ring, that means that he is very stable in the commitment that he's making. However, when you do the ring with the clover, it means that, you know what? He's really lucky in the commitment that he has made, but it's like he's not really taking it seriously, but having a great time with it. So then in the past, this could be talking about a lot of his football plays. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to uncover. Okay, so whenever we look at this is very, very interesting because you have the child and the writer, and this really means that you know what this is a transitioning that is happening that is definitely new. It's very fresh and everything. But when you look down here, he's going to have a lot of tribulations, a lot of things that he's going to have to learn, lessons he's going to have to learn. So this is what he is having to deal with presently. And it's an exciting adventure because this is a new adventure that's going on. And maybe, maybe he's going to be getting some information soon, but this is just transitioning into something new. And again, it's going to bring him some tribulations. It's going to be slow moving. He's going to really have to think about what he's doing. He's learning some lessons along the way. Now let's go into the future of the things that he may be learning. All right, so whenever we're looking at the bouquet and the mice, well, we're looking at, you know what? He is getting a lot of compliments in the future. Okay, so a lot of compliments and people are really liking him. However, the mice is right there. So are they really giving him genuine compliments on whatever he decides to do next? Or is he kind of being persuaded to do something that he doesn't want to? And so with the snake, it just means that his motivations are becoming weaker and weaker. He is motivated to do something in the beginning, and then it's like, oh, am I headed in the right direction? And so the people that are around him may not be at his own best interest. So he's got to really be careful who he watches as well, and who persuades him to do what he is going to do on his pathway. All right, so I'm going to cover these cards up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at the concern that he has and presently in his life, okay? So let's look at the concern. All right. So again, we're going to see the anchor where he's being very stable and everything in his life. And then he's got the child in the bouquet. So when you look at the child, this is something that is very fresh and something new and the gift, okay? So he's very concerned right now because he is trying to do a new adventure, okay? And he's very excited about it and he may be getting a lot of compliments and a lot of gifts, but he knows that I also got this, okay? So the main concern as well is that he's been very safe because this job, he gets paid as long as he, is playing very good. But because of this new adventure, the new things that he's about to do, um, he's just afraid that he may not be getting rewarded. Okay. He may not be able to see all the good compliments. So he's afraid that all of this is going to disappear based upon the new adventure. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the situation that he is in. Ah, okay. So right here, whenever you're looking at the ring, you are looking at the commitment that he is in, and of course, this new movement. Okay, so he has really been committed to being what he's doing, but oh my gosh, so the situation is something is going to be eating at him because he is moving away from this commitment. So there's something that he's going, I don't know what's going on. I'm not feeling very comfortable about it. I know I've made the decision to move on, but there's something else that's going on. It's that eating, inside of him. He doesn't really know exactly what to do. So whenever we're looking at the undercurrent, and these are things that he is aware of and he feels like he's trying to control, right? So the situation that he is in right here, he's been very, very lucky, but he's been having to learn a lot of lessons along the way. And I think that's one reason why he's making the decision to retire, because his passion for it right now is kind of icky because of all the situations, the tribulations that he has gone through. And he's going, okay, my motivation for my passion is beginning to leave. Okay. So he's not feeling very confident in that area. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the indirect influences in the reading. And a lot of this information may repeat a lot, but we're looking at it from different point of views. So whenever we look at it this way, what we're looking at is see how everything is very stable and everything. And because he's making the change of retirement, things are changing. Okay. Where it was very stable in the beginning, because of this change, it's becoming a little bit unstable, right? And then right here, he's really his commitment, his passion, his stability, and the things that are changing and competition. He's so used to competition, he's not going to have that anymore. So all of that is going to be changing. And so this is going to really kind of rock, as we say, rock the boat with the anchor, right? so anchor is going to disappear. So whenever you're looking at the bouquet and the rider, this means that the news is a little bit maybe over exaggerated, a little bit drama. So, and I know that he's been in the news and he's a celebrity. And so he may have, whenever he's going on, he's over dramatizing a lot of things. Okay. And so what the clover is happening is something good is he's wanting something good to happen from this situation, because he's had a lot of difficulties, in the past and a lot of tribulations. And so he may be taking also jokes a little bit too far, okay, because of this news over here, over exaggerating. He may be joking a little bit too much, but yet it may be bringing him some good luck. Okay, now we're going to be looking at direct influences in this situation, okay? So we're going to be doing the cross. So I'm going to do this one first. And we've already read this. So whenever we're looking at the direct influences, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the child and the writer first. And this really means that, you know what, he's starting something new once again. He's so innocent. And he said, you know what, I'm ready to try something new. He may not be experienced in what he wants to try next. But guess what? On the way, he is going to get a lot of challenges put in front of him, because again, it's going to be a brand new thing that he's going to try that he has not done before. Okay. So now let's go ahead and change the direction of the cards. We're going to look at these two now. Okay. And again, we're still doing the direct influences of the card. Because he has, and again, a lot of this information is going to be redundant, is right here. When you look at the commitment, he's made commitment after commitment with the football season, time after time, okay? And of course, all of this is about to change, and it's really eating him up inside with all the changes that are happening. And it's just like, okay, am I ready really to move forward? All right, so to come to an ending on a box card reading or the non-card reading, whenever you're doing Lenormand cards, we're going to get the general summary of everything that will help answer the question and maybe hopefully give them advice. If we don't get too much advice on this, then what we can do is do another card pull. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that, okay? So right here, again, this is so interesting. So we're going to look at it from a different perspective. So right here's commitment. So he's going to make a brand new commitment, It's going to be brand new to him. That's going to bring in him challenges. There's going to be certain things that are going to be eaten at him, and these challenges are going to be very difficult. Okay. And there might be some people that he's trusting that he should not trust in his life, but it's taken away from him. So all these changes are really going to really bring him down a little bit with his motivation. And then with the mice eating at this is still that new situation. So he may change his mind in a little bit of things. So again, he's going to have to really decide, is this the pathway I need to be looking at? So really this advice for this card that really keeps coming up is be careful on what you plan to do. Make sure that your motivation is there to continue in what you feel is best for you in your life. And if you do decide to do something and it's not in your passion, Tom, that you might need to really look at that and say, okay, where do I've learned this, that I'm not really happy in this situation. So what's the next thing I need to do? And also, don't dramatize everything in front of the camera. Okay, you may be needing that really, support from your fans, but make sure that whenever you do come in front of the camera, that you're not real emotional, that you're going to try to keep it together. And then that way, people will know that you are actually genuine. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and do a 5-card reading, just to kind of get a little bit more specific on the advice that we can give Tom. And I'm going to use these different cards. They're a little bit bigger, so hopefully I can fit everything in. And again, I'm going to activate the man card in this, okay? And this way, we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm actually going to be looking at the cards to do the pool, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and activate the man. Okay. These together. And whenever you activate the card, yeah, I'll always really picture the man card as I'm activating it. And I feel like I need to shuffle, that they're not quite ready yet. Okay, now set my intention again. And now I'm going to look for the man card. Okay. Oh, he's just right there. Oh my gosh, he just at the very beginning. So whenever this happens, it's really difficult to know, well, what do I do? Because I usually pull the cards on both sides. This one only has one side. So I always put the card that I activated in the middle, right? Then I start over here. And then I keep going on either side. Oh, this is quite interesting. Okay. You can definitely tell that he's having a lot of changes in his life and a lot of tribulations. Okay. So whenever you look at this, and this is so interesting because, again, we talked about how committed he was, especially in the past with football in his career and just loving it. And so he's making a lot of changes, and it's actually looking like he's looking in the past. Look in this past. So right now what he's doing is he's cutting it short. This is what he has committed to. Whenever you think of a dog, that's commitment, right? So it is a type of loyalty. So it's almost like the ring, but a little bit different, where, that was his best friend there for a while. And that's how he found out who he was, his passion. So guess what? He's cutting this short now. He's deciding to do something different. So when you look behind him, yes, you see a death of something, a transitioning, which is going to bring, again, tribulations in his life. And so we were talking about, what advice can we give him? Well, again, he's really needing to learn. Just know that he's going to, with himself, learn a lot of lessons along the way, and really speak true to yourself. Okay. Make sure that you are following the direction that you need to. And if not, you need to change it. But he needs to know that this transitioning is going to be a very slow transitioning. And usually mountains do mean tribulations, lessons along the way, ups and downs. It can also mean that it's going to be a lot of time. So he is the only one that can actually make his future. Everybody has free will, right? So he needs to really decide on the way what is best for himself. And he's really going to have to learn a lot of lessons for that. Oh, I hope you enjoy doing the 9 box card spread and also the 5 card spread whenever we're looking at Tom Brady's life. And again, this is for entertainment purposes so that you can learn the cards and see the energy of the cards. And Lenormand cards really just shock me because to me, it really shows a lot of his emotions that he's going through. And anybody would. Anytime you change a career, that has been a part of your life and has really made you who you are, it's very difficult to change. So I do hope the best wishes for Tom, and I hope that you were able to really enjoy this and learn a lot through the cards. And hopefully, I was able to teach you a couple of things or two. So don't give up, keep going because Lenormand cards are fabulous. So I just wish you well and have fun completing Lenormand card readings. Until next time.